watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the March 16th meeting for the Michigan City Board of Public Works and Safety. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good afternoon. Today is Monday, March 16th. The time is 4 o'clock and we are calling to order this Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Our first order of business is the roll call. We'll call for the vote. Mr. Volz.
Present.
Mr. Simmons.
Present.
Ms. Smith.
Present.
Ms. Moore. And Chair is present as well. Ms. LePage.
I'm here.
All right. Our next order of business is approval of minutes. The regular hybrid Zoom meeting on March 2nd, 2026. Did everybody have a chance to review those?
Motion to approve. Support.
We have a motion and a second. We'll call for the vote. Mr. Volz.
Aye.
Mr. Simmons.
Aye.
Ms. Smith.
Aye.
Ms. Moore.
Aye.
And Chair votes aye as well. All right. Our first order of business is notice to bidders. Notice to bidders to receive bids for the 2026 Michigan City Road Improvement Project. Attorney LePage, did you just want to?
Sure, I'll work with our engineer, no problem. CCMG, we've been alerted that to submit a request downstate that they're opening it back up, but we have to bid it out. So we're kind of the state's putting the cart in front of the horse and saying, bid it out, and then we'll let you know if you're awarded. But you got to do this real quick, and it's got to all be done by what, May 1st?
That's correct, and it's first come, first serve as well.
So we're bringing this back to the board to officially bid this out. And Shem, if you don't mind, I'll just give the list of streets we're looking at.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 3 different divisions here. Division A has several locations in here. We have first location, Washington Street from Squat Legion Ave to 9th Street. Location 2, East Michigan Boulevard from Vale Street to Carroll. Location 6, 8th Street from Lincoln Ave to Grant Street. Location 9, Lincoln Ave from US Highway 12 to North End. Location 10, McClelland Ave from 7th Street to North End. Location 11, Sherman Ave from McClelland Ave to US Highway 12. Location 12, Custer Ave from 7th Street to US 12. Location 14, Dole Street from 7th Street to 6th Street. Location 15, Willard Ave from 10th Street to 6th Street. Location 16, Lamb Court from 7th Street to 6th Street. Then in Division B, we have 2 locations. Location 3A is 4th Street, 600 feet west of Huron to Huron. Location 3B is 4th Street, 600 feet west of Huron Street to US Highway 12. Then Division C, the locations would be location 4, 6th Street from US Highway 12 to Huron Street. Location 5, 7th Street from Lincoln Ave to Huron Street. Location 7, 8th Street from Grant Street to Huron Street. Location 8, 9th Street from Grant Street to Huron Street. Location 13, Grant Ave from 10th Street to 7th Street. And location 17, Huron Street from 10th Street to 4th Street. Is that right, Shem?
That is correct, yes.
So we're asking for permission to seek this out for bids. Bids would be due at our meeting on April 6th. There would be a mandatory pre-bid meeting on March 31st, 2026 at 2:00 p.m. in the planning department room.
Thank you. All right, Shem, did you have anything to add before we open it up to board questions?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Ms. Smith?
Hello, Shem.
Hello to me.
So my question, just to be clear, probably not my question because I know, but so we originally bidded for CCMG.
No,
How did we get here?
sure. Sure. The state actually, I believe in February,
Switched it.
or end of February, there was a legislative added additional funds for CCMG. The original CCMG application was applied for in October of 2025. This after the state received those funds because of the legislative. They sent an email to Mr. Warner. They sent an email to Mr. Warner, the city engineer, and they said basically you can bid the project based on the application from October 2025, and without awarding the project, select the lowest bidder, and we will let you know if you are awarded the project or not, or awarded those funds or not.
So these streets that are listed in this
Here, Mike.
project? Oh, sorry. So the streets that are listed currently for this stem from the
2025.
2025 application?
Hence why the location numbers are, not in sequence, I should say.
Yeah, basically to try to clarify, we originally applied for a $2 million community crossing matching grant contract. We had $1 million that the city match was, $1 million coming from the state. We did not get that $1 million from the state last year. So it just came back now that the state is providing more money. So this is what they asked us to do to get back to that $2 million number, is get our contract together, advertise it. I asked Shem to break it into two pieces. So we had $1 million worth of work in part A and $1 million worth of work in part B, basically, to get us back to the original $2 million contract.
Okay, so location or division A is about 1 million.
It's an all $1 million, and this Division B is the secondary million, if we get it. Yeah.
If we,
So what is Division C then?
It's actually, so let me explain this one. So Division A is $1 million, Division B and C is $1 million. The reason that we outlined Division B by itself, the state had a program for each segment of the streets, and they were calling 4th Street to be inaccurate on their system, even though that it was accurate actually at the time of the application. So we broke that one out in case of the state comes back and say, no, delete that one.
Yeah, basically what the state shows for 4th Street is from the Amtrak tracks all the way to the far west into the skate park as 4th Street. But that's really the skate park parking lot. And we turned 4th Street up at some time in the past up to US 12 on the east side of the skate park parking lot. So 4th Street to us is the L that ties up to 12th, US 12. But the state still shows this section of 4th Street going all the way west of the parking lot, which really isn't 4th Street anymore for us. For them, it still is.
okay.
There. How's that to clarify? Exactly.
All right. Do we have any other questions or comments from the board?
Thank you.
Any questions or comments? All right, we will open this up for public comment then. Do we have any public comment on this question or on this item?
Vernon Hallahan, 302 Gladys Street. I was under the impression that Buffalo Street was going to be added in this year. I brought it up last year. In fact, where'd he go? We
He's
went. I
behind
spoke
you.
with him last
Your
year.
blind spot.
I spoke with him last year about turning off of Carroll. They cut that corner and go across the grass there. I spoke about extending the road over to that so they don't cut that off right there. But Buffalo Street's just in spots is getting bad. Down by the park, as I come out of my alley, there's a manhole there. And I keep calling, they come and patch it, but it's breaking away pretty bad around that manhole. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Tommy Kolovic, 1316 Ohio Street. Back in 2023, when Paz Road was reconstructed under Mayor Perry's tenure, we were supposed to get sidewalks in between along Woodland and Paz Road between Michigan City High School and the LaPorte County Career Education Center, which is the Little Wolves Early Learning Center, and the automotive shop for the high school. I'm still waiting for those to get in. We need to get those in for those kids. I also want to remind everybody, we also took a jurisdiction over the maintenance over a portion of Wellness Road, which is in the county. We got Paz Road and Wellness, and the county's got all 400 North. I went to the Jerry Carson's chili cook-off, and the litter's like really bad along that stretch, so you need to make sure vector control gets that cleaned up when the weather warms up. So I just want to mention all that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I spoke.
I misquoted my street. It's not Buffalo, it's Broadway. Thank you.
Yeah,
Scott Mellon,
okay.
200 Kenwood Place. I'm sure there's a large unmet need of repairs. I'm sure a city engineer could come up with more than $10 million of necessary road repairs or sidewalks that we'd all like. But anything we can do to facilitate more money from the state, an additional million, I am all for. So anything we can do to expedite this, I think you should do that quickly. One thing you might answer to the public, if it so interests them, is how many lane miles of pavement does the first million get us versus, and how much more with the second million? How many lane miles, or what's the appropriate number of how much paving can we get out of our 2 million or 1 million? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Board. Paul Przbolinski, 1716 Washington Street. I have a question about the list. Is there any progress by the city to fix York Street, since there is money collected and set aside? I think there's 500. We passed the ordinance during the when I was on the council in the last 4 years to set aside money for Brick Street repair. And that was all streets in the city itself. But York Street is in dire shape. And I just want to bring that to your attention, that there's no drainage on any of the corners. There's big puddles sitting there, and the shoulders of the road are being washed out and undermined. At some time, the city has to come up with a plan to fix those roads. You know, $250,000 is put aside every year for Brick Street roadways. And also, is there a affidavit you have to fill out to get a problem taken care of on a street? Because I've had a problem on Charles Street for quite a few years now, and when a plow comes by, there's a patch that's being degraded. It's eroding, and it throws pieces of brick up on the driveway. So those are a couple of questions that I have about the roadways and how you use them. And also one other question: is it true under that CCMG grant that you have to use a certain grade of asphalt, and you can only go down so far? So if you have a street that's undermined, you can't, or could you, since we have money to mill underneath the original surface? Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any other public comment regarding this item? Any other public comment? Anyone online? All right, we are closing public comment, and we are going to bring this back to the board. Do we have any other questions or comments? Do we have a motion to open this up for bidding?
Motion to open this road improvement project up at or before April the 6th at 8 a.m.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any other discussion? All right, we will call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. All right, our next order of business is 1605 Franklin Street demolition order. Order granting an additional 30-day stay of order affirming the demolition of 1605 Franklin Street. As a reminder, this was our public hearing from last meeting that we voted on. There's an order for an extension for 30 days, so we are just affirming that order. So do we have to take a vote on it? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Is there a motion to affirm that order?
So what it is just reducing your oral findings to a written finding.
The summation.
Correct.
All right, I
Motion to approve.
support. We'll call for the vote. Mr. Volz,
Aye.
Mr. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Nay.
Ms. Moore,
Aye.
and chair votes aye as well. All right, our next order of business is the order affirming and dismissing emergency fees. The order affirming 1202 Tennessee Street and the order dismissing 1914 Greenwood Ave emergency costs incurred under the Unsafe Building Act. These will be broken out into two different orders. So the first order is for 1202 Tennessee Street. Do we have a motion to affirm that finding?
So move.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we will call for the vote. Mr. Volz,
Aye.
Mr. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Moore,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
and chair votes aye as well. I got to make sure you guys are awake. All right, and the order dismissing the emergency costs at 1914 Greenwood Ave. Do you have a motion for that?
Motion to dismiss.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We will call for the vote. Mr. Volz,
Aye.
Mr. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Ms. Moore,
Aye.
and chair votes aye as well. All right, our next order of business is a contract. An agreement between the City of Michigan City and attorney Steve Hale for the professional league services to the Historic Preservation Commission, Planning Commission, and Board of Zoning Appeals in the amount not to exceed $50,000 for 2026.
So Madam President, that's exactly what it says. It would be for the legal services for Steve Hale. He is assisting with 3 boards right now, with a considerable amount of time that he devotes to each one of these boards. His services are truly valuable. And so we would be asking for approval of this. And this would be for, normal day-to-day attendance at the meetings, the normal legal advice that he would provide to these commissions each month.
Thank you. All right, did the board have any other questions or comments regarding this item?
Just for the record, how much time he spent last year? I don't.
Well, it's a retainer, right? So we're not keeping track of the hours. So it's however long the meetings are, however long it is to prep for the meetings, however it is to prepare the findings after the meetings. So I can tell you we're probably getting a bargain here, to be honest with you. But I don't have an exact amount.
And is this coming from the budget of those 3 different boards?
No, it's coming from legal's budget and there's money in there.
Okay. Which we do have the proof of funding in our packets. All right. Do we have any other board questions or comments?
I support our attorney's comment in regards to Mr. Hill.
Thank you. All right, we will open this item up for public comment.
You didn't vote on it.
Public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes, Tommy Kalavic, 1316 Ohio Street. You need to approve this. I know like she said, this is getting a bargain. Mr. Hale, he's incredibly detailed when he represents all the various boards. So you definitely need to prove that he's one of the best around. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any other public comment regarding this item? Do you have anybody online? All right, we are closing public comment and we will bring this back to the board. Do we have any other questions or comments?
Motion to approve.
Support.
We have a motion and a second. We will call for the vote. Mr. Volz,
Aye.
Mr. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Ms. Moore,
Aye.
and chair votes aye as well. All right, our next order of business is a contract. We have a license renewal between the City of Michigan City and Fondant Technologies, Inc. for the Scholarship Life Cycle Manager in an account not to exceed $8,470 for a standard 2-year subscription. Ms. Ward.
Good evening, Keela Ward, Director of Education, Workforce Development.
Yeah.
So I'm here to talk about the founding contract. This for Michigan City Promise Scholarship. And it is really just a renewal contract to, it's a re-up, of the contract that streamlines the Promise Scholarship. And going into my first year here, Mayor wanted to streamline the process, get away from so much paper with the applications. And so found it was our best choice to streamline the process, to be able to corral all the applications, be able to look at them, look at who's applying, help us with reporting on the back end and such.
Thank you. And I'm assuming you're pleased with them since you're coming back with their contract.
Yes.
Right. Do we have any questions or comments for Ms. Ward from the? Any questions or comments?
Hey, Keela.
Hi.
How is the platform with this service since it was new with you coming in and it's our second year? Is it everything that you need for it to be as far as uploading documents and everything, communication with the applicants?
This year, I was leaning on them a lot more to help me to make the platform what I needed it to be for uploading. First year, I was really just walking through it by myself. So I was just trying to teach myself how to use it. Going into this year, I'm very pleased with how things are now, how this application will look for this recruiting season. So I have everything where I want it to be. I'll be able to capture everything I need to capture for this recruiting season. Yes.
Attorney LePage, she's asking about the signatory.
Correct. It needs to be whited out, and Madam President, you need to be the signature on it. Good catch.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Do we have any other board comments or questions? I just have one. How many people have been applying? What is what does that look like for us?
So far, I'm in the high schools. I'm in Marquette in high school about twice a week. So it's pretty busy for me right now. I have about 17 applicants right now. Last season, I ended up with just a little over 70. So I expected, it was really heavy on the back end. So towards the end of the semester.
And out of those 70-ish, how many do we award? I
didn't hear the end
out
of it.
Yeah.
How many students received?
How many people get awarded?
For last year was 30 students. So I'm looking to do at least as many. Yes.
So you had 30 new students,
Mhm.
and how many were returning?
Total, we're at about 75 students total.
So last year, 75 students total received the Promise Scholarship.
Yes.
Very nice. Yep. Is that your question? Okay. Hey, do we have any other board comments? I know my daughter had to do the paper scholarship and that was awful. So I'm glad this is streamlined and much easier for our students. All right, we will open this up for public comment. Did we have any public comment regarding this item? Any public comment? Anyone online? All right, public comment is now closed. We will bring this back to the board. Are there any other questions or comments?
I like more efficiency, so keep it going. Good job, Keela. Motion to approve.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We will call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, our next order of business is a contract between the Michigan City Police Department and Sound Thinking for the purchase of a resource router software in an amount not to exceed $49,500 for a 1-year term. And Chief, the floor is yours.
Good evening. And I hate to open like this, but you'll have to excuse me because the version that the board has is slightly off to what I had worked on. So I'm going to explain this a little bit, what Resource Router is, and I'll kind of go into the discrepancy here. But Resource Router essentially is a software that helps help our patrolmen be more efficient on a day-to-day basis. As we know, within the landscape of technology right now, there's a lot of things that are kind of on that are coming to law enforcement, and we as a department, while forward thinking in that matter, want to do it responsibly. And so really Resource Router takes crime data and isolates areas, specific areas within town where a crime is likely to be committed. It's research backed by the COPRA curve. That's the idea that an officer patrolling or sitting in a specific area for 15 minutes at a time can deter crime for up to 3 hours. And this is really the backbone of the software we are requesting. However, there's additional things that it can also help with as we move forward in kind of our own effort to update how we do things and really make ourselves a little more thorough and efficient. With that said, I do want to add that in December of last year, Chief Forker actually executed this contract. It was in our 2026 budget as kind of obviously as we previously decided, or was decided by the council and the mayor. We did that because we were able to secure a $15,000 savings for setup fees by closing in the contract at the end of the year. However, the services didn't start until, or haven't started really until this year. And at the time of implementation, that savings would have ended at the end of the year. And so we took advantage of that. Now, through the coordination with Sound Thinking, and it was brought to our attention that the agreement may need to be formally presented to you guys for approval. And this requirement, obviously, once we learned of that, we immediately brought it to your guys' attention so that we could just have that discussion. So really what we're asking is that the Board of Works ratify and approve the attached agreement so that we can proceed with the services that I've outlined. And again, I apologize that you guys don't have that updated document. Kind of got lost in the shuffle there.
Thank you. All right, did the board have any questions or comments? Any questions or comments from the board? None? All right. Hearing no questions or comments, we will open this up for public comment. Do we have any public comment regarding this item?
Hello, board. Scott Mellon, 200 Kenwood Place. So to be clear, it sounds like this was already budgeted for. I didn't hear the amount change. I'd also note the next agenda item is in addition to this, probably another component of this that's a little under $6,000 to integrate it, I suppose. My only question would be, has the police department looked at alternatives? $50,000 or $56,000 seems like a lot for, effectively scheduling software. If it was budgeted for, though, I'm sure it's the right thing to do now, but are there alternatives that might be more cost effective? Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments regarding this item? Any public comment? Anyone online? All right, hearing none, we will close public comment and bring this back to the board. Do we have any other questions or comments from anyone? Do we hear a motion?
Motion to approve.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We will call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Don't go anywhere. Our next order of business is a contract again. Contract with the Michigan City Police Department for the purchase of a Caliber public safety integration to help facilitate with the resource router software from Sound Thinking at an amount not to exceed $5,954. Chief, the floor is yours again.
Yeah, I'll be happy to report on this occasion. We have not moved forward with the services or integration of the Sound Thinking, and this is what brought us to the second request here. And to the previous public comment, I would like to say we have spent considerable amount of time administratively assessing all the technologies that we are looking to implement and that we are bringing to our body as we try to not only increase what our officers have at their disposal tool-wise, but also just again to continue to better the efficiency. And this specific software, as it relates to our day-to-day operations, is very unique. And that's again why it came under that sole source. And sure there are other companies out there, but we have, with the ones that we are looking at, the ones that we address, this is really the only one that seemed to check multiple boxes for us. And so one important layer of that is our existing report management system is where we house all of our incident reports, the crime data, if you will, for the city. And so we reached out to Caliber, who manages all of that, and they're helping us to build out integration where we can provide all of our data to Sound Thinking so that they can give us the best possible product that they have. And so again, this is building on that Sound Thinking or the previous contract.
Thank you. Did the board have any questions or comments regarding this? Any questions or comments?
So obviously without this component, the first contract would not matter, correct?
Correct. Yeah. And that's, surprise, surprise, the companies sometimes takes a little bit of negotiating to play with each other well in the sand, but both these companies were very fortunate because they're extremely willing to come to the table together. And so even if we have it a little bit fragmented in terms of the services they provide, they're coming together with us. But yes, to address it directly, it doesn't work without that piece.
Thank you.
Good question. And any other board comments or questions? All right, hearing none, we will open this up for public comment. Do we have any public comment regarding this item?
Scott Melantura, kind of place. I would only say thank you to Chief Shaparsky for explaining that. I think that really helps the people of Michigan City understand what's going on. And I think it's an example of good governance that explanation was given, and I thank them for the work they are doing for this people of Michigan City. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Anyone online? All right, closing public comments. We will bring this back to the board. Do we have any other questions or comments? Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve. Elated that we're moving into the 21st century
And making things easier.
and making things more efficient
Efficient.
for the officers out on the streets.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion before we vote? All right, Mr. Volz,
Aye.
Mr. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Ms. Moore,
Aye.
and chair votes aye as well. As long as I focus, I can get you guys in order. All right, our next order of business is a special purchase. Special purchase request from the Michigan City Police Department of 4 2025 Ford Police Interceptors with upfitting equipment in the amount not to exceed $253,018.59. Chief?
Thank you. This is for the contingent approval. We have brought forth in front. The city council has gone through first reading on this. I'm bringing it to you now to get that a contingent approval on second and third reading. And the big reason is I have been working with a dealership in Illinois who is holding on to these 4-year-old model vehicles for us with tagged for us. So by doing that, we saved a considerable amount of money versus ordering brand new. So I was able to get a good government discount on those existing vehicles, but due to them on the lot and them holding it, we've kind of agreed to a timeline with them. And so again, appreciate you guys being willing to hear this so that we can try to get contingent approval on the purchase of these vehicles so I can get going on the next step that follows. I'd also like to highlight one of our continued efforts to save some money within the department. 3 of these vehicles will be utilized at the patrol level. Those patrol vehicles take significant amount of man hours to upfit. And as we've been kind of working with and experimenting with over the last year or so, there's some able bodies and minds within the Michigan City Police Department, specifically officers that are willing to or have the technical wherewithal, but also are willing to help upfit some of the smaller jobs, right? And so when you think of a police officer's patrol vehicle, it's got everything in it. An administrative vehicle or detective bureau vehicle, they don't require quite as much. And so in this situation, 3 of them will be that police package, if you will. And one of them is going to be for an administrative upfit, which we are doing in-house. You'll see on there for the upfitting vehicle cost is substantial. However, I wanted to make sure I'd kind of separate it off that we will be saving several $1,000s by having one of the officers do that 4th administrative upfit of that vehicle with a lot of existing equipment that we already have in some other other vehicles that we were able to strip down. And then, the other positive part is in the past, we've had, been forced to buy certain colors of vehicles and have them wrapped, and that'd be a substantial cost too. But all these vehicles are black, so we just get to put some of our decals on it and again, save a few $100s. So thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any board questions or comments regarding this item? Any questions or comments? Go ahead.
So this is for the purchase of 4. Is there any intention, because I think the appropriation is for more, to get more vehicles or?
So yes, the remaining appropriation of money, is going to be for the final lease buyouts that we have. And that will satisfy the rest of that appropriated funds. And then we will be free and clear of the leases.
Thank you. All right. Any other board questions or comments before we open this up to public comment? All right. Hearing none, we will open this item up for public comment.
Hallahan, 302 Gladys Street. I'm at a loss. I know you have ordinances at city council,
Hey, Ernie, we can't hear you.
on the vehicles that you have leased, that you were buying the lease out. Are you continuing with that too, on top of these 4 that you're buying?
We're no longer leasing vehicles.
You did buy that out already.
But we're, hey, Ernie.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
But all of this money is on top of the $1 million that the city council is passing ordinance on for new radios. The ordinance is still going through. It hasn't been read on 3rd reading yet, but there's over $1 million there. Top of this money here. Thank you.
thank you.
Hello, Scott Mellon, 200 Kenwood Place. I'd point out these 4 vehicles average $63,255 a piece, so I'm glad we're getting a deal. Doesn't sound very dealish anymore, but I guess that's just today's reality in outfitting. My real question is, and again, this is I know you can't really answer it, but the department's getting caught up in getting a fleet rotation, a proper fleet rotation, I believe. Between the lease buyouts and some upcoming lease buyouts, it sounds like, where do we stand in our rotation? Are we in a good place now? For the people of Michigan City, how many new police vehicles a year should we expect as part of a normal fleet rotation for a department of our size? That might be a good frame of reference because, most of us don't get to buy so many cars. So it seems like the police are well outfitted. And they should be. They have a hard job to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Fair question. Do we have any other public comment regarding this item? Any other public comment? Anyone online? Okay, public comment is now closed and we will bring this back to the board.
Motion to approve contingent upon city council's approval.
We have a motion.
Support.
We have a motion and a second. Just as a question, are you going to push the council to try and do this on second and third reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any other discussion before we call for the vote? All right. Mr. Volz,
Aye.
Mr. Simmons,
Aye.
Ms. Smith,
Aye.
Ms. Moore.
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Spent a lot of time with the chiefs today. We had our Board of Works workshop this morning as well. All right, our next order of business is a vendor license and a special event request. Antonio Conley is requesting to use the redevelopment-owned lots at 7th Street in Franklin every first Friday from April to October of 2026 for the 2026 Buddingpreneurs event. Antonio.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Antonio Colley, 150 North Woodland Ave, and I'm coming before you all to ask for permission to use you guys' lot for April through October, every first Friday for our nonprofit organization. The Buddingpreneurs is a nonprofit organization where we teach the youth about financial literacy and entrepreneurship. And doing those first Fridays, this will be our 4th year in a row if we are approved. The Buddingpreneurs do pop-up shops and they sell the items there like bird feeders, clothes, and big goods.
Great, thank you. Do we have any questions or comments regarding this item?
Mr. Conley,
Yes,
I'm sorry, you've been doing this how many years now?
this is the 4th year.
4th year?
Yes,
I totally support, so
yes.
don't worry about me.
That's okay.
How many participants, how many kids, how have you grown from now?
We started off with like 8 or 9 kids. We had like 33, but consistently the ones that come every first Friday, like 15 to 17. So
And just another question, did you ask for your fee to be waived?
I did not.
I just wanted to note that.
I don't remember. Oh, yep.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board? Mr. Simmons, you look like you're thinking. All right. Hearing no other questions or comments, we'll open this up for public comment. Do you have any public comment regarding this item? Any public comment regarding this item? Anyone online? All right, we will close public comment and bring this back to the board. Do we have any other questions or comments? Ms. Moore?
This is a clarification, not for you, but for me, with our policies. I don't recall, and it's probably me, other people coming and asking for permission to use this lot on every first Friday. Do we normally do that? I mean, I know you do,
Yes.
but are there other, and that's a question.
We've had the movies at the park with the special events and stuff that came forward. Does the redevelopment commission have to approve this as well, or is it just us?
They already did.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So that answers
Thank you.
your question. You're welcome. All right, any other board questions or comments? I'll just say that I'm really excited for this. You know, I didn't get to attend last year. It was a hard year, but it's such a great experience. The kids are so fun and they're so committed, and the parents are dedicated as well. So thank you to the parents for getting your kids out there and doing this.
Thank you all.
Ms. Smith?
Well, we got to make a motion to approve or not, right?
Mhm.
I just, is it out of place to ask to waive his fee? That I want to make a motion to waive it because this is an individual who is helping the kids, you know what I mean? And he comes every year, he does everything he's supposed to, never asks to waive the fee. And we have so many established organizations that are nonprofits that get plenty of money from the city that always expect their fees to be waived. So I make a motion that we not only approve his application, but also waive his fee.
And we can do that, correct? Yep. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any other comments before we call for the vote?
I'm going to abstain, being that we're related.
Yeah, we are.
Conflict of interest, so noted. Thank you. All right, we will call for the vote then. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons abstaining. Ms. Smith?
Abstain.
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Thank you.
Thank you all.
And thank you for not asking for the fee to be waived. We appreciate that.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Our next order of business is an addendum. We're asking for an addendum of the existing 2026 contract between the City of Michigan City and Global Engineering and Land Surveying, LLC, for professional municipal services in an amount not to exceed $22,000 in 2026. $225,000, 2026?
Yes,
Did I say that wrong? Sorry.
it's 225.
All right, Mr. Warner.
Tim Warner, city engineer. Basically, this goes back to the street contract we just talked about earlier. When we didn't get the CCMG, Global had already had this $225,000 fee for their $2 million original contract. When we didn't get the other million from the state, we cut his fee down to not quite less than half because he still had all the upfront documents and bid documents to do. This just, after getting the opportunity to get this contract out for $2 million, we're raising his fee back up to cover the full design of all the $2 million streets. So that's what this is, to bring it back to the original $225,000 for the 2026 CCMG amount.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the board? Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments from the board? All right, hearing none, we will open this up for public comment. Do we have any public comment regarding this item? Any public comment regarding this item? Anyone online? All right, public comment is now closed, and I'll bring it back to the board. Do we have any other questions or comments regarding this item? All right, hearing none, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second, and we'll call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. All right, our next order of business is a renewal of insurance. Renewing the 2026-2027 Property and Casualty Insurance Program as provided by High Street Insurance and Financial Services. Everyone's favorite. Mr. Keene, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the introduction. Charlie Keene, High Street Insurance, 421 Franklin Street. Here today to seek formal approval of the Property and Casualty Insurance Program for the City of Michigan City. Annual renewal premium, $1,158,073. And unless you want me to go through this in detail, I'm just going to highlight a few changes for this year's renewal.
Does anybody need detail? All right, hit the highlights.
Okay. Change number one is we are replacing the casualty program with Euclid Public Sector Underwriters, formerly with Chubb Insurance Company. All limits are the same as expiring. One improvement is we now have an additional $1 million of liquor liability coverage excess of the primary coverage provided by United States Liability Insurance Company, and the excess coverage is provided and included in the casualty program with Euclid Public Sector Underwriters. And last but not least, commercial property coverage continues to be with Chubb Insurance Company, and we are increasing the values $24 million to account for the new parking garage structure that is owned by the city. Those are the highlights. Can I answer any questions?
Thank you. Do we have any board questions or comments? Do you have any questions or comments? No. When the controller's office doesn't have any, you're sitting pretty good. All right. Hearing no board questions or comments, we'll open this up for public comment. Do we have any public comment regarding this item? Any public comment? Oh.
Good afternoon, Board. Paul Prespolinski, 1716 Washington Street. I would put the question of how much that the new structure increase the casualty insurance, because that is actually owned by I don't think I'm mistaken, but I believe it's owned by the Redevelopment Commission. And should they be putting up money for that or reimbursing the city? Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment regarding this item? Any public comment? All right, hearing none, public comment is now closed, and we will bring this back to the board. Did we have any other questions or comments regarding this item?
Motion to approve.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We will call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Thank you. All right, our next order of business is an updated job description request. Melissa Henderson is requesting the approval of an updated job description request for the position of the assistant controller.
Good evening, Board. Melissa Henderson, Director of Human Resources. So I am presenting an updated job description for the Assistant Controller. So we reviewed the requirements for the position and decided that we needed to beef up some of the required skills for the position. So in talking about education and experience, instead of asking that it's preferred, we are requiring that the individual have an associate's or bachelor's degree in accounting or finance or related field. We're also requiring that they have a minimum of 2 years of accounting. We're asking that municipal government experience is preferred. And we have also listed more knowledge and skill sets for the individual. We're asking that they have knowledge of the State Board of Accounts. They have knowledge of generally accepted accounting principles, which is also known as GAAP. We want them to also have a strong understanding of governmental standards. So I am before you today asking that we add these items to the current job description.
Thank you. Do we have any questions or comments from the board?
Did we remove anything from the job?
So we had some items that are currently being fulfilled by the administrative assistant in the office. So more of the cash receipts and things like that. We took those secretarial items and gave it to the secretary in the department. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
It's been a long day as well for you.
So some of the things that were in the previous job requirements were more of the day-to-day secretarial or clerk duties. We took those duties and removed them from the assistant controller because they're going to be doing more refined work with the controller and more generally gap things and SBOA items.
Okay. Right, any other questions or comments from the board? Hearing none, we will open this up for public comment. Do we have any public comment regarding this item? Any public comment regarding this item? Anyone online? All right, public comment is now closed and we will bring this back to the board. Did we have any other questions or comments?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. If there's no further comments, we'll call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, our next order of business is a street sign request. Tommy Kolavic is requesting an honorary street sign at Greenwood Ave and Calumet Ave, memorializing Burl Bergwald to read Burl Bergwald Avenue.
This
Tommy?
is Tommy Kolavic from 1316 Ohio Street. I'm requesting an honorary street sign for Mr. Burl Bergwald to be placed outside of his home where he lived at 1914 Greenwood Avenue, or Calumet Avenue. And sure, we all knew Burl. I said, you're not even new around here. Maybe some people that are younger or maybe new around here. Now, our senior council member emeritus, Paul Perez-Belinsky, served with him on the council. I'm going to read a little bit about him. Burl Allen Bergwald, November 13th, 1945 to June 14th, 1922. Burl Allen Bergwald, 76, of Michigan City, passed away Tuesday, June 14th, 1922 at Life Care Center in Michigan City. Burl was born November 13th, 1945 to George R. and Lillian Brown Bergwald in Michigan City. Both parents are now deceased. He was preceded in death by his twin brother Bruce, for whom he served as a caregiver for 30 years. Bergwald worked briefly in a congressional district office in Valparaiso, then began a 20-year association with the late Chicago attorney Louis Kuttner, in which he researched and wrote numerous law journals, articles on constitutional issues. For 28 years, he taught classes in political science at Purdue North Central, now Northwest, where he was thrice awarded for outstanding classroom teaching. Also, he had been listed in Who's Who publication, including Who's Who in Education, and in 2018 was presented the Marquess Lifetime Achievement Award by the Who's Who Board for biographers' unwavering excellence in their chosen fields. Elected to the Michigan City Common Council in 1971 and re-elected 3 more times, that's 16 years on the council, folks, he was especially proud of authorizing the fire department merit ordinance. Wow. I've had to read that one time. Upheld by Indiana Appellate and Supreme Courts, served as council president in 1975, and the council's only Republican member for 8 of those 16 years. He was the last Republican to serve on the council when he left in 1995. Subsequently elected to the LaPorte County Council 2 terms and the Michigan City School Board for 3 times. That's 40 years of elected public service, folks. A graduate of local public schools, he received a Bachelor of Arts and Master's degrees in Government Political Science from Valparaiso University. Later degree and undergraduate fellowship in 1970. Member of Phi Sigma Alpha, Beta Nu Chapter, and the National Honorary Political Science Society. He's greatly missed by all those who loved him. I remember one thing Burl would always say, that even though Michigan City is designated as a city of the second class, Michigan City has always been and will always be a first-class city. And he was a public servant in every sense of the word. So we should have had that sign up there for a long time ago. I hope you unanimously approve this. And I already told Mayor Angie that I'm requesting this. So go ahead and commence to voting.
Thank you. Do we have any board questions or comments regarding this item?
I don't want to tell my age, but He was a classmate. He was a very astute gentleman as far as being an excellent classmate. And his service to the city was just outstanding. We'll miss Burrow.
Thank you. Do you have any other board questions or comments? Hearing none, we will open this up for public comment. Are there any public comments regarding this item?
Yeah, I guess it's good evening now. Paul Przbalinski, 1716 Washington Street. I served with Burrow, and he was one thing, if you knew that you had done your homework and made the points that to get his vote, you knew that you were on the mark. And that's what I will say about Burrow. He kept people on the mark. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comment regarding this item? Anyone online? All right, we'll close public comment and bring this back to the board. Has the street department had a chance to review this? No, I missed him with the last one. I'm not going to miss him again. Won't make that mistake twice.
Good afternoon, Board of Works,
Yeah.
Sean Smith, Michigan Street Director. This is the standard request. We just done one, I think it was a couple weeks ago. It's a basic request, it's a special made sign, so it's around $60, so.
Okay. And you're good with this one?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, any other board comments or questions? Do we have a motion?
I'll have the honor of making a motion to approve.
We have a motion.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. We will call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. And thank you. All right, our next order of business is a claims docket from March 16th, 2026. Has everyone had a chance to review this?
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. We'll call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Our next order of business is the payroll claims docket for March 6th, 2026. Has everyone had a chance to review that?
Motion to approve.
Motion?
Support.
And we have a second. We'll call for the vote. Mr. Volz?
Aye.
Mr. Simmons?
Aye.
Ms. Smith?
Aye.
Ms. Moore?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Our next order of business is unfinished business, and it is the request for a railroad repair. Councilman Don Przbalinski is requesting to have an update on the cleanup of the CSX railroad ties along Arthur Street and the repairs of the CSX railroad crossing at Buffalo Street. And this has been tabled since November, but we did get some good information that we updated everybody on at the last meeting. And it looks like Engineer Warner has another update he's getting up.
I don't have an update, but I thought we had tabled this to the first meeting of May since the asphalt plants
thought
weren't
we
opening
had
up until late April. I was surprised to see it on the list.
We're just keeping you on your toes,
All right.
making
No,
sure,
there's-
making sure you're not forgetting.
Until the CSX finds out what the scale or the operations of the asphalt plants in the area are, they won't have a good schedule. So I'll report after the first meeting or second meeting of May.
And Councilman Przbalinski's not here, so he was obviously satisfied with your answer last time. All right, so this is tabled. I thought we had tabled it until May, so. All right. Our next order of business is public comment. Do we have any public comment?
Ernie Hallahan, 302 Gladys Street. I don't have too much on public comment other than Mr. Corley from the police department's on my street. He's a few houses down, and unfortunately, he had a large tree blow over onto his house and a car. They just cut the tree out today and covered his roof on his house, so it's very unfortunate that high wind took a lot of trees out and hit houses. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, Tommy Kolovic, 1316 Ohio Street. I want to congratulate Terry Greetham and Eric Williams. I went out and watched the St. Patrick's Day parade. It was really awesome. I think there must have been more units in there that I've ever seen before. One thing I posted a lot, there's a lot of new businesses coming in to say, made a list of them that are coming in. A lot of people said, there's really nothing for kids to do. You know, when there must have been about 20 different organizations that involve children and kids that people can get involved in and with. And I'll probably list them one of these times, but I think that's want to keep it up, and I hope they've met their fundraising goal. Thank you. Or their sponsorship goals. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure yet, though.
Good afternoon, Paul Prespolinski, 1716 Washington Street. I was at the last Board of Works meeting and I made a public request about the 3 street lamps that are on the old police property, about moving them to some other locations in the area of Barker Ave and Franklin and Charles Street. I didn't see it on the agenda on any comments, so could you give me a update or something in the future about what we're going to do with those 3 street lamps over there? Because those streets are pretty dark and it's a heavy trafficked area because the corridor it's a bar corridor. And also, could you check into the grades on Wabash Street on the C&O and the grade on Ohio Street? The grade on Ohio Street at the tracks is getting undermined, but Wabash Street, to make it over those tracks, it is on the north side. When you come up, the north side is real low. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scott Melland, 200 Kenwood Place. Couple things. I'd like to bring your attention to a matter of curbs that I've discovered on Lafayette and York Streets between Barker and Greenwood. The drainage in that area has been brought up before, as have parking issues, because the street edge is sort of undefined. If you drive up York and Lafayette and you actually look to where there's curbs, it looks like there aren't any. It turns out there are. They are completely filled with dirt and debris. I believe at this point, it's almost time for a front end loader to stick a corner in the curb and clean it out. It's definitely beyond street cleaner stuff. Shovels are required, but I think that area really requires some curb maintenance or gutter maintenance. I don't know what the right term is. That could help a couple things. It'll show the city cares. It'll define the corners, and it might help drainage, although there are some elevation issues that affect the drainage. Also, I'd remind the board, last time I was here, I brought up the flashing cacophony of solar powered lights in our Franklin Square area. And I see that our city engineer and our streets department are both here, and I just wanted that request to be heard. The two-way Franklin reconversion or conversion has been more than a year now. I think people know the traffic pattern. As I said last week or last meeting, are the drivers of Michigan City particularly inept? Because out-of-towners understand road signs, and it's been a year. I think we all understand the road goes both ways. We can't really try to be a nice arts entertainment district if we've got this flashing cacophony of caution signs that I don't find are required. There are some other considerations. If we don't use those signs, they're battery operated. If they're not powered on, they could go bad. But also in that same vein, you'll notice if you go up Franklin at night, between the plenty of our flashing stop signs and yellow signs aren't flashing anymore. So now it's a mix of flashing and not flashing. It's just visual clutter. It all needs to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other public comments? Any other public comment? Anyone online? All right, public comment is now closed. We'll bring this back to the board. Do we have any board questions or any board comments?
I thought the parade was awesome too. I wish you could have done something about the weather a little bit. It was cold.
It's not as bad as it is today.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
All in favor? Aye.